Welcome to today's video where we explore the world of aviation and take a closer look at the iconic supersonic jet, the Concorde. Have you ever wondered what it would be like if the Concorde was still in use today? Let's find out. The Concorde was a symbol of luxury air travel, flying at twice the speed of sound and carrying passengers across the Atlantic in record time. It was the ultimate status symbol for the rich and famous, with only 14 planes ever built. But what if the Concorde was still in use today? Well, for starters, air travel would be much faster. The Concorde's cruising speed of Mach 2.02 meant that it could reach New York from London in just over 3 hours, compared to 7 hours on a regular commercial flight. How was that possible? What was so special about the Concorde? The Concorde was a remarkable feat of engineering and a joint project between British aerospace and French aviation company Aerospatiale. It's estimated that the cost of building a single Concorde was around £23 million, equivalent to around £300 million in today's currency. The high cost of the Concorde was partly due to the advanced technology used in its design, such as the supersonic engines and materials required to withstand the high temperatures generated by supersonic flight. Despite its high cost, the Concorde became a symbol of luxury air travel and was a popular choice among wealthy travelers who wanted to reach their destinations quickly and in style. However, the high cost of operating the Concorde, coupled with its environmental impact, ultimately led to its retirement in 2003. The top speed of the Concorde was Mach 2.04, which is more than twice the speed of sound. In terms of miles per hour, this translates to a top speed of around 1,354 miles per hour. The Concorde was designed to cruise at speeds of around Mach 2.02, which would allow it to fly from London to New York in just over 3 hours. The ability to travel at supersonic speeds was one of the defining features of the Concorde and was a major factor in its popularity among wealthy travelers who wanted to reach their destinations quickly and in style. Overall, the Concorde was a remarkable achievement in aviation history, and its development and production required significant investment and expertise. Despite its short lifespan, the Concorde remains an iconic symbol of human ingenuity and technological advancement. Since the Concorde was so superior in design and speed, how would it impact the way we travel today? The Concorde had a relatively small capacity of just 100 passengers, which is much smaller than the capacity of most commercial airplanes in use today. This means that if the Concorde were still in use, airports would be less crowded, and there would be fewer passengers to board and disembark, leading to shorter lines at security checkpoints and more efficient use of airport space. With fewer passengers, the Concorde would require less space on the tarmac for parking and maneuvering. The smaller size of the Concorde also meant that it required a shorter runway than most commercial airplanes, making it suitable for airports with limited runway space. In addition to its smaller capacity, the Concorde also had a unique boarding process. Because of the limited number of passengers, boarding the Concorde was a more exclusive experience. Passengers would be greeted with a glass of champagne and would board the plane using a dedicated air bridge, bypassing the usual crowds of passengers at the gate. Overall, the Concorde's smaller capacity and exclusive boarding process would make air travel a more streamlined and luxurious experience, with fewer crowds and more efficient use of airport space. But what about the environmental impact? The Concorde was known for its high levels of noise pollution and fuel consumption, which eventually led to its retirement in 2003. However, advances in technology have led to quieter and more fuel-efficient engines, which could potentially make the Concorde a more sustainable option in the future. New materials and designs have also improved the aerodynamic efficiency of aircraft, reducing drag and increasing fuel efficiency. If the Concorde were still in use today, it could be fitted with these new, more efficient engines and could potentially have a lower impact on the environment. However, it's worth noting that the Concorde was designed during a time when environmental concerns were not as pressing as they are today, and any attempts to bring it back into service would need to take these concerns into account. In fact, there are already plans in the works for a new and improved version of the Concorde, which would be even faster and more efficient than its predecessor. This new Concorde would be powered by hybrid engines, combining traditional jet propulsion with electric power to reduce its carbon footprint. So, what if the Concorde was still in use today? It would undoubtedly revolutionize air travel once again, offering faster and more luxurious flights to those who can afford it. And with advancements and technology, a new and improved Concorde could even be a more sustainable option for the future.